What is something weird about conservatives?
There is almost a cultish vibe, I feel. The way they operate within themselves, they refuse to listen to outside people, they're refusing to learn, essentially. I think that is a large part of it.
Meat creates toxic masculinity, according to a university professor.
So you said we had 4 or 5 minutes, right?
Just keep it simple. How does eating meat make the genders unequal?
Eating meat holds a lot of symbolism, and it really is too much to explain in 4 minutes. But it has to do with the fact that our individual level decisions, the things we decide to do as individuals, what we consume, what we put on our bodies, the things we buy and put in our households, are fundamentally political acts.
Okay.
Right? The personal is political.
Okay. So I'm having a steak right now because I'm starving.
I hear you. I wish I could have half of that, but this doesn't look vegan, and I'm trying to be vegan.
You're a vegan?
It's really hard because I don't know if I told you I'm from Wisconsin.
Okay.
And cheese was like one of my favorite things.
See, that looks pretty good. That's a little rare, medium rare.
Yeah.
Is
got
this
some nice dead animal, dead cow hanging on your fork?
Is this bad that I'm eating meat?
If you go hunting, that's a total.
She says eating steak is considered toxic masculinity. That is some next level top tier pettiness. If she wants to get petty, we can get petty too. This bigot eats a plant-based diet. Well, I don't eat plants because they give us oxygen, and plants, they have feelings too. Yeah, I know. She's slowly starting to realize that becoming a vegan was a big mistake.
Steaks every day for me, steaks for breakfast, steaks for lunch, steaks for brunch, grass-fed, massaged, beef, all day long.
All over the floor of Fortnum and Mason and Selfridges in London. They've hurled white paint at the gates of the Houses of Parliament. Now they've targeted a high-end steakhouse in London. And the waitresses did what many have wanted to do with these protesters for a while. Take a look.
Thank you for the market. Good night. Good night. Thank you very much, ladies.
I don't have any problems with you guys coming to our restaurants and ordering a vegan dish. In fact, in January, we always do a veganuary, and we go through a lot of different ingredients to create menus for you guys. I don't understand why we have to suffer your mentality of coming to our restaurants and trying to disrupt the customers that are having a fantastic time and they want to eat the steak.
What's the answer?
No, it's actually a good question, Aldo. And actually, it's fantastic that you create fantastic vegan dishes. The fact of the matter is, when we look at high-end restaurants, Salt-Based restaurant, Manor up in Manchester that was also disrupted the weekend, these are symbols of a broken system.
Why? Because he makes nice
symbols of a broken system where, there's 1,500 quid getting charged for a steak.
Why is he making millions around the world?
I was in one of his restaurants last week in Qatar. Loved it. Fantastic. But he served me. I've got a clip, I think, of him.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to show it. So I was wondering how long it would take.
That was me doing his little salt trick. He taught me.
You weren't very good at it.
He then actually cooked it in front of me, and he fed me, directly fed me the meat into my mouth. It was delicious. Loved it.
Fine.
Loved it.
I would invite any vegans.
But if you'd run in and tried to interrupt and just ruin everyone's night, I would have done what those waitresses did, just thrown you out.
That's absolutely fine.
So what's the point?
Nowadays, you can definitely judge a book by its cover. This guy looks like he wears tampons and is built full of estrogen.
Ow, Daddy, my pussy hurts.
Now, Andrew Tate, can you expose the Matrix, please?
I live a very privileged life. And this is what me and Alex were talking about last night in that picture right there. I said the key to everything is meat. You need more meat in your diet. If you listen to a globalist or a liberal, the first thing they're gonna start doing is trying to turn you vegetarian, trying to turn you off the meat, get you eating broccoli, turn you into a wimp so they can control your mind. If your body is not capable of resisting, then your mind is not capable of resisting. I say this to everyone. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, a child, an adult. I don't care if you're old, young. You need to eat more meat. 80% of the calories I consume in a day is meat, meat, meat. And people say to me, oh, I love meat. I have a hamburger. No, a hamburger isn't meat. You got a little bit of meat and then you got a bunch of fries and bread and plants and all that stuff. That's not meat. I'm talking about sit down, 3 steaks. Give me 3 steaks and maybe 1 bread roll, a couple bottles of water. Done.
What does it achieve? None of you make me want to change my mind. I just think, what annoying little squits. Honestly, I do. It's the same when you're chucking paint at Van Gogh paintings. It's the same when you're tying yourself to fuel pumps or hanging yourself on bridges and stopping people using Dartford Tunnel. It's all the same. You're just all too annoying. So the British public don't like annoying people, and they don't like their lives being disrupted. They want their freedom to have a choice. The choices I had in Qatar last week to have Salt Bay's restaurant, you invaded to do this to my mouth.
Can you imagine someone coming in?
This is it.
And disrupting your evening.
Have we got the clip? We haven't got the clip.
Oh, what?
Oh, you just ran it. Okay.
No, but can you imagine you coming to our restaurants and then you get some people coming to your table and trying to disrupt your evening? It's abuse.
I am going to start running into vegan restaurants.
That's fine. Go for
just
it.
Shouting and being annoying
right
and grabbing tables and so you can't eat your gruel and just see how you lot like it. I'm going to go to your house and chop paint.
If a vegan were to ever bombard my store or physically attack me, I will absolutely love it because these fuckers look like they're built full of glass and estrogen. Beta male. A gust of wind and these guys will probably do the chicken dance.
Over it?
Piers, you've got a right to price. Oof, you've got me another one.
Stick it off your bingo.
Fantastic.
Stick it off your bingo, son.
But where's the salt? Where's it?
Won't need any of this gruel.
Fantastic.
Let's put that to one side, but I will have a bit of steak just to...
You didn't salt it, though.
You see, all you've achieved is you've made me want to do this. Just to eat a lovely...
That's absolutely fine. You go for it.
Do you know how many steaks he's had from my restaurant?
A lot. But here's my point. I love eating steak. I'm not going to stop eating steak.
Yeah.
And the very last thing on earth that will stop me eating steak is people like you with your pasty faces running into our restaurants telling us to stop eating steak.
That's
the
fine.
very last thing I'm going to do.
Absolutely.
Because you don't represent to me vitality or good health. You just all look like you want a good bit of steak.
That's absolutely fine. You're fully entitled to that opinion. And as I've just said earlier, you're right to protest if you want to run into a vegan restaurant.
Your mates are also the Extinction Rebellion,
fine.
right?
My mates.
You're all like interwoven, aren't you? You said before we came on air.
What, like a woolen blanket?
Well, are you connected or not?
No. So we're a sister movement.
A sister movement? What's that?
Extinction Rebellion.
Sounds a bit sexist.
No, we have, common goals.
What are your common goals? Irritating people.
Such as tackling the climate and ecological emergencies, which, I'm sure all of us.
What did you think of Meghan and Harry using a private plane?
Oof, there we go. Meghan Markle. That's another one. That's 4 for 9. I'm not going to give you that, mate.
What did you think of them using a private plane to go to this award show? You must be furious, right?
It's incredible how you manage to turn this into, let's dump on Meghan and Harry.
Nathan,
you're a gender peers. Oh,
you just talked about the environment. I just wonder whether...
Would you go in their plane?
I just wonder whether you... Do you feel?
I wouldn't go on a
do you
plane,
feel angry they used a private plane or not?
No, I think what we should have is affordable travel for everyone.
But they used a private plane.
What we should have is travel systems.
Do you criticise them for using a private plane or not?
Or
because they're the woke king and queen, you're not allowed to.
They're using a plane.
I would
have much preferred.
You know why you can't, don't you, Nathan? Because this is against hypocrisy.
You
can't because you, Nathan McGovern,
you
don't want to read a headline tomorrow saying Nathan McGovern from Animal Rebellion slams Meghan and Harry for using private plane. You don't want to say it because, like them, you're a flaming hypocrite. You'd rather go in.
There we go. You've got me a column.
Brilliant. You'd rather
go
into restaurants like Aldo's or Salt Bay's or whatever and just make a nuisance of yourselves because it's easier. But what you should be doing, if you're intellectually honest, is saying Meghan and Harry stop using private planes, but you won't because they're your
I will say it right now if you let me. I will say it right now
Aldo,
if you will let me.
Final word to you about a balanced diet. Most science I've read lately says that actually having no meat in your diet at all is not necessarily a beneficial thing at all.
For that matter.
Right, or fish.
Yeah, I mean, we have to have a balanced diet, and it's important for our well-being, for getting healthy. If you work out in the gym like I do, I need to have maybe some good protein.
Yeah.
And if I don't, I did go vegan for 6 months.
Nearly kill you?
A couple of years ago.
Nearly killed me. I went vegan for an hour, had a lettuce.
It didn't kill me. It didn't kill me.
What about that vegan Greg's sausage roll?
It was disgusting.
Yeah, disgusting.
Complete racket.
Exactly.
More calories in a Greg's vegan sausage roll than there are in a McDonald's cheeseburger.
What I don't
I'd rather have a
understand-
McDonald's
What's
cheeseburger.
irrelevant?
At least it tastes better.
It's naming the dishes, and you know, like they're meat,
I just
but
think,
they're
Nathan,
not
look, Nathan, here's the point. If you want to win an argument, you just can't be annoying all the time. You can't just ruin everyone's fun and their lives, walking around like you have the only way forward for life and the universe, the Nathan McGovern rule book.
It's not me.
Thou shalt do this, this and this.
Oxford
Unless you're
University.
Meghan and Harry, then you can
It's
do what you
Harvard
like.
University. It's the IPCC peers. This isn't me. I'm not a scientist.
Right.
I'm perfectly
Thank
happy
you.
to admit
I think
that.
we'll leave.
If this kid is trying to convince us to eat steaks and burgers, my God, he is doing a phenomenal job because he's not convincing nobody to become a vegan. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but we actually found a guy who makes Piers Morgan look like the good guy. I am no fan of Piers Morgan, but I must say Piers Morgan absolutely demolished and obliterated this narcissistic kid. And gentlemen, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
It's nice to actually take a break and have a little fun.
What? Your dad just let you swim? Really nailed that one!